Latish, I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, good. Okay, today we have to start from pure mathematics.
Yes.
Okay, so for pure mathematics, our new, where is our new theorem? We have done these theorems? Yes, we have done these theorems. And now we will start from this theorem, right?
Yes.
You have not sent me the previous work.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Okay, you have to send me after the class. Okay. Now
Okay.
the theorem is the angle between a tangent and chord is equal to the angle subtended in the opposite segment. So this is the tangent and this is the chord. The angle between the tangent and the chord. This is the angle which we are discussing, right? The angle between the tangent and the chord is equal to the angle subtended in the opposite segment. This is the chord, and you can see that from the 2 points of the chord in the opposite segment, an angle is generated, and this angle are same. This is the theorem. Once again, I repeat the statement. The angle between a tangent and chord is equal to the angle subtended in the opposite segment. Right? This is the angle in opposite segment. This is often called the alternate segment theorem. Right? So this is the proof of this theorem. First of all, consider the special case of the tangent meeting a diameter. So first of all, we have considered the case in which the tangent meeting the diameter. First of all, this is the tangent and P is the diameter which is perpendicular on the tangent. Since the angle is a semicircle in is 90 degrees, and we have seen in previous theorem that this is a diameter and the angle made by the diameter in the semicircle is 90 degrees. It means that this angle will be 90 degrees. Any problem?
No.
Okay, the other two angles in the triangle are added up to 90. So this is 90, and let's suppose this is z. So it means that z plus y plus 90. These are three angles in a triangle which are added, and its answer will be 180. So if we simplify it, your answer will be z plus y is equals to 180 minus 90. Understand? So you can see that z plus y is equals to 90 degrees. It means that the sum of z and y, the other two angles in a triangle, add up to 90 degrees. So this is the result. Hence, y plus z is equals to 90 degrees. Since the radius and the tangent meets at 90 degrees, it means that x plus z. So x and z have also 90 degrees. Why? Because this is a diameter and also a radius. And you have seen in the first theorem that radius and tangent are perpendicular to each other. If they are perpendicular to each other, it means that x and z are also, the sum of these two angles are also equals to 90 degrees. Z plus x is equals to 90 degrees. Any problem?
No.
Okay, so you can see that this is, let's suppose, equation 1, this is equation 2. The both equations are equals to 90. So we equate these equations, so it will become z plus y is equals to z plus x, right? So you can see that z is a common in both sides, so we can cancel out. So it means that y is equals to x. Or you can also say that z goes on the left side and subtracted from z, it will becomes y is equals to x, or x is equals to y, from which it follows that x is equals to y. So what is x? X is the angle between the chord and the tangent. And what is y? Y is the opposite angle which is made by the chord, which is in the opposite segment, alternate segment, right? Now move P around the circle to Q, say so that it is no longer on the end of the diameter. The angle at Q is equal to the angle at P, as they are angles in the same segment. Thus the theorem is proved. Now this uh, this P is as it is. Now one more line is obtained, which is Q, and now Q, this line is not a diameter. We have proved this theorem for just the diameter, but now in this Q case we have not a diameter, we have a chord also, this one, right? So you can see that in a single segment, or in a single same segment, the all angles are same. It means that this P has the angle Y, and Q is also in the same segment, so Q is also the angle Y. It means that if you have another angle at that place, its angle will also be equals to Y. Why? Because it is in the same segment, and also X is always equals to Y. Any problem?
No.
Okay, this is the theorem. So in the next, we have the exercise, and exercise 17.3. It has total 15 questions. You have to do just 4 questions from this exercise. You have to do question number 5, question number 6, question number 8, and then question number, oh, which one? Question number 8, and then question number 2, right? Do these questions quickly, then we will start the next topic. Any problem in these questions?
No.
Okay, do these questions quickly, then we will start the next topic.